Hello students, this is Manoj sir. Hope you all are doing well. So before we start, let me first tell you the syllabus of class 11th economics. So students, you can see on the screen that economics carry maximum marks 100, and for this you have to read two books this year. And the first book is Statistics for Economics. It carries 40 marks. The second book is Microeconomics. This also carries 40 marks, and 20 marks will be for your project work. So I have also written the renowned writer's name, like N.M. Shah's book, Statistics for Economics. You can buy this book, and the for microeconomics you can buy B.L. Gupta's book. Okay, apart from textbook I am saying. So, and I'll be also giving you notes in the classroom. Okay, so without wasting any more time, let us start the first chapter of Statistics for Economics. We have first chapter, uh, uh, introduction. So in economics, let me first tell you what is the origin of economics. So the word economics is derived from a Greek word, that is oikonomos. Oikonomos means oiko means household, and nomos means management. Okay, so together we can say that oikonomos means management of household. Now students, what is economics? So uh, there are several definitions available for economics, but the most appropriate definition um, was given by mm, Adam Smith, uh, Alfred Marshall, Lionel Robbins, and Professor Samuelson. According to Adam Smith, Adam Smith, he is also called as father of economics, and later on he was also called as father of capitalism. Capitalism means होता है पूंजीवाद. ठीक है, तो Adam Smith wrote a book named The Wealth of Nation, and later on he proposed the theory of the policy of laissez-faire. And according to this policy, the government should not very frequently interfere in the market, um, okay. Why? Because it creates a hurdle in the economic activity. So we have other writer, other economist, and that is Alfred Marshall. So Alfred Marshall, he proposed the theory of social welfare. According to Alfred Marshall, economic should be, it should deal with the social welfare. Then we have Lionel Robbins. He dealt with the scarcity of resources. According to him, economics is there. In economics, we learn how to allocate the scarce resources and how to get optimal benefit from the scarce resources. Okay, so the other economist we have is Professor Samuelson. He proposed growth theory for economics. Students, further, if we move, we have some economic human activities. So human activities are classified broadly. It is classified into two parts: economic activities and non-economic activities. So what are the economic activities, and uh, what are non-economic activities? Like those activities which bring us, which benefit us in monetary form, then we call it economic activities. Okay, like economic activities include production, consumption, and distribution. So producers are there in the economy. Producers may be farmer, and they may be manufacturer or any company. They produce goods, you know very well. Okay, then there are consumers. What they will do, they will consume the goods. Okay, they will consume the goods for their own. They can buy it for their family or to make a gift. Okay, so apart from this, the distribution is also an essential part of economic activities. Why? Because once after production of goods, let me take one example. Let's say we have biscuit company. Okay, so we have manufactured biscuit, and for manufacturing biscuit we need number of people who are skilled in different work. Okay, some people will be skilled in packaging the biscuit, some will be expert in making biscuit, baking biscuit, and then some will be there to for accounting purpose. So once after once the employer or the owner of the company get profit, that income should be distributed among the factor of production. In distribution there will be factor of production. Okay, so what are factor of production? The factor of production are the people who have contributed in the manufacturing of a goods or services or rendering any services. Okay, so so in altogether we can say that economics is a branch of social science which studies the production, distribution and consumption of goods and services. So now let us understand what are non-economic activities. Non-economic activities are very easy. These activities are like regular activities like if a housewife is cooking food at home, so she is not paid. Okay, so she does not get any monetary benefit. And the other thing is like parental activities. Okay, so such activities which do not earn any monetary benefit, then we can classify it as non-economic activities. Okay, so here you can see also economic activity which are ordinary business like consuming, selling, producing, employee who work to earn money, and employer who get profits. All these activities comes under economic activities. So students, with this I am going to wind up this lecture, and hope you have understood it very clearly. And if you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment box. You can send messages also. So this bring me to the end of this video, and hope meet you soon in the next video. Till then, watch the economics video, and stay home and stay safe. Thank you.